made a lot of pars, and I was the conditions were pretty tricky. It was tough to get the ball close to the pin with the wind, and these greens being quite firm as well. So I thought anything under par today was a decent score, and it was it was nice to birdie the last and shoot something in the 60s, and it puts me right there for going into tomorrow.
Great. Open for questions, please, ladies and gentlemen. Nicole?
Rory, it seemed like there was still quite a lot left out there for you because you had a lot of sort of makeable birdie putts in the in the sort of 2 to 3 metre range. Do you feel like there's a better score out there for you as you get into the tournament?
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a better score out there. I gave myself a lot of chances early on in the round and didn't really take them. So yeah, I mean, I started off the round and I hit the ball well, and then middle of the round I hit a few loose shots, a few scrappy shots, and actually made a couple of good up and downs for pars. But then made 3 birdies on the front 9, which was our back 9, against 1 bogey. So as I said, even though I didn't feel like I played that good today, anything in the 60s was a pretty good score out there.
That's it for questions.
Rory, you mentioned it was pretty tricky out there early. Did it remind you a little bit of home, the weather with the misty
a little bit.
rain?
I mean, it was cold and it was windy, and there was a little bit of rain here and there, so a little bit. I mean, we don't really get golf courses like this back home. In some parts, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a. If I think of playing golf in Australia and in Sydney, it's not a typical day I'd think of. So, hopefully that's the worst day out of the way and we can get some good weather for the rest of the week.
Sure. And obviously it's going to get a bit tougher again now this afternoon because the wind is getting up a bit more now, isn't it? I know it was pretty heavy early, but it's getting up again now. So.
Yeah, I felt like the wind was up early on this morning, and then it sort of died a little bit, and then it's just got up again. So yeah, it'll make it tricky for the guys that are out there this afternoon.
Sure. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Rory, when you said you didn't play as well as you thought you could, was it ball striking, mental? What was the thing that let you down, do you think?
Ball striking wasn't really there. I mean, I played okay. I gave myself plenty of chances early on, but I guess I just know I can play better. So that's sort of I feel like I can, if I'm on my game, I can get it going and shoot something in the low to mid 60s around this place.
Do you go out there and work on the range now? Do you feel there's anything you need to work on?
No, I'm feeling a bit jet lagged at the minute. So I think
where did you come in from?
A bit of rest. Dubai.
Dubai, and the jet lag is kicking in a bit now.
A little bit, yeah. Just because it was a 4:30 wake up call this morning, so it was an early start. So just a little bit of rest this afternoon and make sure I'm fresh for tomorrow.
You came in Monday night, did you?
Yeah.
Nicole?
Do you feel like the way you've played is sort of a continuation of the way you were playing in Dubai, or?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I think the way I played in Dubai was pretty similar. I was giving myself plenty of chances and didn't make that many putts, so a little bit of a continuation. I shot a couple of 2-unders in Dubai and another 2-under here, so yeah, as I said, I feel like if I can get right on top of my game, there's a couple of lower scores out there for me.
And do you also think that's you're kind of where you were at this stage in this tournament last year as well? I think.
Yeah, I didn't play a great first round last year, but I think I played a good second round. So yeah, I mean, again, golf tournaments are long. It's 72 holes, and all you want to do is you can give yourself a chance going into Sunday. So I'm in a good position to do that right now, and hopefully I play well over the next couple of days, and I'm right in there with a chance on the final day.
Have you got a sense now of what you're going to have to do well here to win this tournament?
Yeah, I think you know, the courses, it depends what way the wind's blowing as well. I think the wind's going to change, so the course is going to play differently tomorrow than to what it did today. But you know, you're going to give yourself plenty of chances for, well, at least, you know, I felt like there's plenty of chances for birdies out there, so you're going to have to convert quite a few of them. And you know, so I've always, you know, the couple of practice rounds that I played, I felt like you had to drive the ball well and you had to chip well, chip and putt well. So I think that's still the same thing. You know, out there today, I didn't, you know, some wide drives don't really get punished too much, so it's, you know, there's not as big an emphasis on that, but around the greens is where it's going to be won and lost this week for sure.
Are they pretty tricky? There's some sort of slopey, some pretty severe slopes on some of those greens.
Yeah, they
where
are
the ball
tricky,
ends
yeah.
up is
You know, there's a lot of runoffs. You know, if you short side yourself, you can make it very difficult. And the rakes that they're using this week in the bunkers makes it quite tough as well. You're rarely getting a good line in the bunkers, so that, you know, if you hit it in a bunker, that's going to, you know, make it quite tough as well.
Last question, thank you.
Rory, you mentioned obviously the jet lag already, but there must be some fatigue also from a long season coming into this sort of time of year.
There shouldn't be, because I mean, I didn't really play competitive golf for 6 weeks before Dubai last week, so I mean, it has been a long season. There's a lot of travel involved, but no, it's just a little bit of jet lag, and just try and get over it as best I can. It was an early wake-up call this morning, so just try and get as much rest as I can between now and you know, starting off again tomorrow.
I think on that note, we'll let Rory go and have some rest. Thank you, Rory.